What is up, guys? Hopefully you can hear me. I accidentally unplugged my mic. But man, was that episode epic. I'm just getting the pop out chat here. I see nobody's in yet. I don't know if somebody else is streaming right now anyway, but man. Okay, so what I wanted to do I'm sure people are going to have better analysis on the episode than I'm going to have. By the way, this is for Game of Thrones, season 7, episode 1. Okay, so like I said, people are going to have better analysis than me, but what I wanted to do was in regards to the spoilers, specifically. So let's talk about from the start were the episode or were the spoilers accurate? Yes. These spoilers this season were unique because it got broken down by episode, and so that kind of gives you a chance to judge whether the spoilers are accurate from the very beginning. And these spoilers were very specific, even in that how the episode ends. The spoilers said that Dany would come and there's spoilers in the title, but spoilers for season 7, episode 1 about to start. Okay, so the spoiler said that Dany would be at Dragonstone and she would the show would end with her rubbing her hand along the table map of Westeros and then turning to Tyrion and saying, "Shall we begin?" Now, this was in the spoilers, and it happened exactly like that in the show. We also get that at the beginning of the episode that it's going to show the Night King and the army of the dead walking towards the wall. We got that. So I'll pull up the spoilers right now, and we'll go over a checklist of everything that was supposed to happen in this episode and what actually did happen. Now, I thought that after the spoilers came out during editing, they would kind of change up. Maybe if they had something that could have been in a different episode, put it in a later episode just to kind of make it feel like maybe some of the spoilers were inaccurate, but here we go. That didn't seem to happen. So we'll just go down and the spoilers, and I'm getting my spoilers. It was posted on Reddit, but I'm actually reading it from Heat Street, and they have it broken down by episode. So that's why I'm doing it there. Episode 1, the White Walkers are marching south on the wall. Check. Bran crosses the wall back into Westeros and meets Dolorous Edd, the new commander of the Night's Watch. Check. Sansa and Jon have an argument out about what to do with the northern houses who betrayed them fighting the Boltons. That's a check as well. That actually happens in front of all the other lords of the houses, and they all kind of back Sansa. But you get a unique scene where Jon explains his point of view, and then they kind of come around to him. Although you can see Lady Mormont isn't as happy about it. Blah blah blah. That's check. At the end of the episode, Daenerys and company arrive at Dragonstone. Stannis' old seat. She goes in the old war room and table, map of Westeros, and turns to Tyrion and says, "Shall we begin?" Okay, so that's just some of the spoilers. Let me go down and see if I can read any of the other spoilers that are non-specific to an episode and see if we can figure out where they're going to be at. Or if there were any in the first episode. Whatever, I'll just skip that. Okay, so the fact that these were so accurate, I understand that a lot, you could say that some of that's predictable, but they got it so exactly right. This means great things coming forward, and some things that people aren't too happy about are probably going to be true. We also, one of the other spoilers was that Sansa is going to meet up with Nymeria, and we do kind of see that in, or they make it look that way in the trailer for next episode. So hopefully that happens next episode. DJ's watching the episode right now. Hopefully I can get him in here, or someone else, see what's up. But man, that was a great episode. So much shit. Just how it started was freaking epic to me. I was so excited. At first I was confused, like, even though it displayed exactly what happened last episode or last season, I was still kind of, it took me a couple seconds to get to what's up, Christina? I was going to type to you, but it took me a couple seconds to realize, like, that was Arya wearing Walder's face. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Probably for like 5 or 10 seconds. It was crazy. Man, Christina, I haven't seen you in forever, though. What did you think of that episode? You can hop on if you want. I'll send you an invite. Just let me know. And have you seen the spoilers for this season? The spoilers were just so accurate. I had planned to do a stream on whether the spoilers seem to be accurate. Episode 1, and they were so completely accurate that basically we know going forward that for the most part, we can't guarantee 100%, but for the most part, basically everything the spoiler said was going to happen are going to happen. I don't think I'm going to go into too much detail into that right now, unless y'all want me to. I don't know who else is here. Oh man, the spoilers were so accurate. It's insane. Just a second, I'm gonna turn my camera off. My wife's coming in here, I believe.
Dad, can you turn Harry Potter on for me?
Go ahead and put it in. Take the movie out and put which one you went in. Sorry about that.
Or can I play Crash Bandicoot instead?
Yeah, you can play that, but that's already in, so you can just play that. Oh, sorry about that, guys. But the spoilers were so freaking accurate. Like I said, they called the and do you care if I throw out spoilers to you? If you don't, I'll throw them out there. But basically, I wanted to go over kind of what that means going forward, the spoilers being accurate. Because we get to some cool stuff. Like Nymeria, we saw her what looked like Nymeria in the previews for next episode, and I'm super hyped about that. The bad thing is a lot of people seem bummed out about the white dragon or whatever. That's spoiler. So that looks like it's going to be true as well. So for y'all that that don't like that, then I didn't like that spoiler. Sorry for you, I guess. But man, Euron did like a 180. I liked Euron so much better. In this, like, he was a smart ass, like charismatically dicky. And I like that. Even put in some jabs against Jaime. And hold on, let me send a message to DD. I like the one where he's saying like what he talks about why he's better than why he should be king, and he's like, I got two hands. But man, I'm just so hyped about that episode. It was good. I was kind of wondering if they were gonna go like the sea battle first episode, if we're gonna see that them before they got to Dragonstone, but it looks like that's gonna be later. It's hinted at that was gonna be next episode. So, man, Christina, what did you like about the episode? What was your favorite part? I just like all the gosh, everything. I was just so hyped about that. Yeah, that's probably all I got, I guess. If a lot of people are probably still watching this, are watching the episode, not this. I imagine a bunch of other people are streaming right now. But man, Sansa too. Like even Timo is gonna have to like come around on Sansa about that. I mean, she was being a smartass to fucking Littlefinger. Like, man, I hate Sansa. I hate Sansa typically, but man, she won me over a little bit how she was going after Littlefinger. Like, I especially like the line where she tells Littlefinger that he doesn't have to get in the last word. And when he goes to say something, and she's like, "I'll just assume it's something witty." That had me cracking up. Anybody smoke screen's going on right now. If anybody wants a better analysis than me, he's going live. So I just wanted to bullshit. I was just super stoked about how accurate the spoilers seem to be. So I wanted to throw that stream up right now on the stream that the spoilers were accurate. And if anybody wants to know what exactly the spoilers said, I can throw it up in the description. But I'll go over a couple things, some bigger details. things that are going to happen this season. Basically, Bran's going to come and he's going to be the one to tell Jon about his parentage, and then as well as Sam. Sam's going to hop on too. Sam's going to come back as well. There's some cool things that I liked about it. Like they had some little things that made me wonder things. Like Sam talks about the Targaryens put dragonglass. They decorated their weapons with it, but they didn't know what it was used for. And when he was looking at the pictures, though, like Cat's Claw was there, so that's like Valyrian steel. So I didn't know what that was about. Hey, Broke, you want on? I'm just bullshit. I've been monologuing for a minute. I just wanted to go over like how accurate the spoilers were and shit. I didn't know if anybody else was streaming right now. I didn't see anybody. I waited a few minutes to see if anybody was going to be going on. Nobody did. Smoke Screen's on right now. He'll probably be a little in-depth with his analysis of it. If anybody else wants to hop on, I know Johnny can't watch it until later, but he should be getting it soon. He might have got it like an hour late. Right on. So Phil's going to stream. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to go over the spoilers basically because I was so hyped about how accurate they were. So you know me, I love my spoilers and shit. So the fact that now they're confirmed and all the great shit I was hoping for is happening. Some of the stuff I didn't want necessarily to happen is still happening, but I'm not too worried about that. The good outweigh the bad, I guess, in my head. And then it was weird that Arya said she was going south and then she tells them that she's going to kill the king or kill the queen, and the Lannister soldiers just laugh and shit. That part had me cracking up too. But like I was saying about Cat's Claw, if they were saying that they were putting dragonglass on their weapons and didn't even know what the First Men used it for, and he was looking at Valyrian steel, doesn't that kind of point towards someone had a theory that basically dragonglass mixed with steel is what makes Valyrian steel. So maybe that's like, you know, hinted language, I guess, in it, or like vague language towards maybe that being true. I'm not one that believes it, but man, that was just such a great episode. Bravo to HBO as well for their server not going down like last season. They weren't prepared for all the streaming and their servers went down. What's up, Alan? Yeah, it was weird. Like the knife was in the picture. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it makes sense because Valyrian steel, all the Valyrian steel stuff is like Valyrian steel. It's like they're not making new stuff since the Maesters have been around. I mean, the Valyrian steel they get to see is like no new steel has been made since then. But so Cat's Claw would be there. like that makes sense that it would be in the picture or in the video, in the records, since even though we look at it as like a current person has it, still makes sense that it would be, they would have records of it. I don't know the book he was looking at, but I was just wondering. I just thought it was interesting that he was talking about Dragonglass as he was looking at Valyrian steel stuff, and it just kind of pointed towards that theory. Hey, let me know when someone else starts streaming, because I'm just bullshitting on here. I don't have anything poignant to say. But anybody else, did y'all like Euron in this? Man, I thought Euron was great, and Sansa. I don't even like Sansa, but sorry, I got a message on thing. Like I said, Sansa was killing it too. Yeah, Alan said something about that too, that YouTube's tripping. So probably a lot of people just hopped on talking about Game of Thrones. My wife, I think, was tweeting about it during. But, man, I'm all for the new Euron here. Jamie, you can see Jamie's kind of pulling away from Cersei for sure. People didn't believe that, like that he was going to have his reservations, like that he was going to be wholeheartedly behind Cersei, but you could tell he's like, man, this bitch is tripping. She won't even talk about her dead son and the fact that she kind of caused him to commit suicide, and she's just blowing that shit off. Now that I know DJ's watching, he can't chat. I won't talk about what the spoilers say about that. So, but DJ, be happy you didn't look at the spoilers, because they were 100% accurate. DJ, I'm glad I could let you use my shit so you could watch it and not have to wait 3 hours. Doesn't seem to have helped, because now you still can't use YouTube properly. So, whatever. Johnny, I think, is watching it right now. Or he should be. I don't know what time. He said like 3 o'clock or some shit. That he'd be watching it. But yeah, I just wish someone would hop on, or someone else would stream. I just want to talk to somebody about it, because I'm so hyped. There's just so much shit that I liked about this episode. What else did we get to see? I mean, Arya killing all the Freys. I was so hyped about that. Like I said earlier, at first, when it first started, I was kind of confused. I was like, maybe we're seeing how Walder got all the people together. But after about 10 seconds, I was like, oh, that's Arya wearing his face for sure. And then kills all the Freys. I was like, hell yeah, Arya. You can kind of see, like, I should probably break it down by character, but whatever. Arya, when she met those Lannister soldiers, you could see she was kind of confused almost. Like, she's turning into this killing machine, and now she's meeting the enemy, and they're just like regular nice ass dudes. I wonder if that's gonna affect her in the future. She did say she was going south, so maybe that kind of they started talking about going home. Like, they wanted to leave, before they left. And now that they've been gone a while, all they want to do is go home. And she said she was going south to kill the queen. Maybe that conversation turns her up north and she heads home, because she'll find out that, if she doesn't already know, that Jon's up there and Sansa's up there. So, well, I'm assuming at this point, if she said she was going south, that she doesn't know that yet. Maybe those guys tell her. Who knows? But maybe that like little personal interaction there is what would make her want to go home, I guess. If in fact she does decide to go home. I thought all that was interesting. What else do we get from? Oh yeah, leaks 100% confirms. Since DJ is in the chat, I'm not going to talk about future leaks, but I will tell you, I will read to you what the leak said, DJ, so you can hear it now from episode 1. This is just what it says about episode 1. I'll read it completely. This is from Heat Street, based on like the leak from Reddit. The White Walkers are marching south on the wall. We saw that right after the scene with Arya killing all the Freys. Bran crosses the wall back into Westeros and meets Dolorous Edd, the new Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. We saw that right after that. Sansa and Jon have an argument about what to do with the northern houses who betrayed them by fighting with the Boltons. Sansa and Lyanna Mormont want to give the lands to loyal supporters, but Jon refuses to hold the Karstarks and Umber children responsible. Jon does it his way and basically tells the other to deal with it, because he's not going to rule the North the way it's always been. And at the end of the episode, Daenerys and company arrive at Dragonstone. She goes into the old war room with the table map of Westeros and turns to Tyrion and says, "Shall we begin?" So it was 100% accurate. Maybe like the only point of contention you could say is you don't really get Jon saying that he's not going to rule the North like it's always been ruled. I don't remember that part of it, but maybe I just missed that. I thought all the conversations between Cersei, or the conversation between Cersei and Jaime, was super interesting. Like I said, right on, DJ. But I could like pull up HBO now and like screen share little segments of the episode, see what happened in order. We only saw a little bit of Jon, and that was I thought they did that good. Like Sansa basically confronted him in front of everybody. And everybody, she kind of got everybody on her side there for a minute. And then Jon explained himself, and he brought people back around. Not like by fear, just by being honorable and shit, like Ned would really do. So I liked his explanation and how he brought people around with words rather than fear, or like, I'm the king, I'm going to do it this way. I was also wondering if once Sansa saw that he wasn't going to go along with her, she kind of played it up like more of an argument. Either she's playing Jon in the background, or she's playing Littlefinger, arguing with him real hard, like getting real frustrated in front of Littlefinger. But then in the back, she's like, "You're good at this," and she kind of has like a civil conversation with him. So yeah, I don't feel like Sansa and Jon are going to be divided. you could see like that she's dicking around Littlefinger. I mean, she even tells, like, kind of takes his advice, and she's not worried about Littlefinger anymore. Like, she knows that he can't manipulate her, and she says it's because she knows what he wants, and that was his explanation and shit. Like, once you know what somebody's wants, you can know their next move and shit. So she knows he's trying to split her and Jon up. So I think in the meeting, she kind of played that up more. And you gotta kind of, like I said, you really gotta like how Sansa was talking and shit. Her and Euron, like, I really liked Euron's turnaround, like, almost like a 180. I like him so far this season. We only had that one conversation, but I like his smart assiness and his funniness. Like, that's another thing that is pushing Jaime away. There's these little things that Cersei's indifference, and then she's literally throwing shit in Jaime's face. Like, Jaime can only put up with so much from my perspective. He's gonna, I mean, he has her not listening to him, being indifferent about everything, acting like an all-powerful queen when Jaime sees the reality of it and shit. Kind of going behind his back, making moves that he thinks are stupid, and then knowing that Euron's coming just to marry her and is willing to do that, like, she throws that in his face, so that he's all defensive in the meeting, and that gives Euron the opportunity to belittle him. And I really like the snarky comment by Euron about having two hands. Like, I know you're fucking your brother, but you're gonna have to stop because we're gonna work together or whatever. Basically, that was just a great way of saying it. Overall, I think it was a good episode to kind of set up the season. Who else did we see? Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Mountain. Or not the Mountain. The Hound. The Hound going across that. I couldn't remember when they were going up to it. I started thinking, I wonder if that's that farmer's house that him and Arya went to. When he doesn't want to go in there, because you're like, why the fuck does he want to go in there? It's all cold and wind's blowing and snow. But you find out that is the house, and he just didn't want to go in there because he didn't want to see him dead. Probably not wanting to see if it was his fault, because he did steal the money from him and shit. Oh, man, the Sam thing. Here's what Sam, I don't mind on the Sam, because I think you got to set up the scenario, like what's going on there. Because he thinks he's going to go to the Citadel and start learning a whole bunch, and he's just fucking changing chamber pots and getting everybody food. Cool, we do get to see that Jorah is that hand that came out at the Citadel, and he's trying to get fixed. So that was cool. All I could think, though, during that scene when they were showing, like, putting the books away, changing chamber pots, getting food, and back and forth, and you got to see, like, all these turds and piss and the food they eat. I thought, all I could think was, isn't the Citadel, like, where the smartest people in Westeros are supposed to be? What kind of smart people have the same person making their food as changing the same chamber pots or serving them food? All I thought, like, they started going faster and faster, and in my head, I realized that they probably wouldn't do this, but all I could imagine is like, are they showing Sam getting worn out so much that he's going to start feeding people stuff from chamber pots on accident because he's so tired? That's all I could think. Like, oh man, that's disgusting. And then it got in my head. I'm like, then I was waiting for it, even though I was pretty sure it would not happen. I was like, please, like, let him scoop shit out from a chamber pot onto somebody's plate. That was funny though. Yeah, it was kind of a lot of Sam. I mean, we only got episodes that are so long. But I do think you need to set up that he's still at the bottom of the totem pole, treated like shit. Even in the Citadel, that's his forte, reading and shit. And he's still just getting treated like shit there. So I thought it was interesting. Like, he can't win anywhere he goes. But like I said, you do kind of learn about the Dragonglass, and he's the one that knows about Dragonglass on Dragonstone. So that Raven's getting sent out, presumably. He's just like a little servant boy, so I don't know how he's getting access to ravens and shit, but whatever. I'm sure they'll let us know if that's a significant detail. Who knows if he's going to get kicked out of the Citadel because he's stealing books. I was wondering that too. Because previously I thought, well, if he finds out important stuff, would he just send a bunch of ravens to Jon? Keep sending Jon ravens with information that he knows. What scenario would he end up leaving the Citadel? And just basically shit that people were saying, like how cocky that Archmaester was, tells me that like the Citadel is not going to survive. And that kind of leads me to believe that the whole story, we're seeing is it getting rewritten, because I think like the Citadel is going to get destroyed, and maybe Sam's rewriting all the books and this is just the book we're on now. Yeah, that was silly, like that they made that such a big deal. Like that was stupid that he was basically said like, I didn't think it was important, but didn't Stannis tell him about the Dragonglass after he found out how to kill the White Walker? Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again before I get there, before I make any decisions on how I feel about that, because he does admit that in the episode. But I don't know. Maybe we can give him the benefit of the doubt. But if he's explaining that Dragonglass kills White Walkers to Stannis, and that's the scenario where he tells him, oh, there's a whole shit ton at Dragonstone, then there's no excuse, and that's Sam's fuck up. And that wasted like a whole lot of time. I just felt like it was interesting that they were showing Valyrian steel, as Sam says, hey, the Targaryens used it to decorate their weapons before they knew what the first men used it for. Like, decorate their weapons, like infuse in their weapons. Like, maybe he's looking at it, and in the book it says something like that they added it to their steel to make it look more beautiful. Maybe. I don't know. That's not my theory. I don't think that's how Valyrian steel is made, but someone did say that putting Dragonglass in the Valyrian steel would maybe like a way that Valyrian steel is made. I'm going to hop off now. Phil's on. He'll have a lot more interesting shit than me just monologuing. So I think I'm going to hop on over there. I wanted to go over the spoilers and how accurate they were. So that was basically my piece. See if anybody else wanted to hop on or not. Nobody else wanted to hop on. So whatever. Maybe I'll play some video games tonight. So if anybody wants to watch that, I'll be on later, probably playing some games. I may rewatch this episode. So either way. So if y'all want to check out more Game of Thrones chat, head on over to Phil the Issues Guy. He's streaming right now, looks like. So, or Smokescreens, I believe, is streaming right now as well. So, yeah, I'm out of here. Take it easy, guys. Yeah, we'll talk to you later. And spoilers confirmed. All right, guys, I'm out. Get the fuck off my channel.